Is there any last kind of advice that you would give to church officials, or more importantly, I think, to parish councils, to finance committees? We've talked about it a little bit, but let's end on an optimistic note of like how the church can improve, how it can help. That's right. How policies, internal controls, diocesan policies, education can really help these guys stay out of trouble.
Absolutely. And I tell you, and there should be a lot of hope. First, if you're a pastor who has a problem, you got to get help. You got to get help. Maybe the first step is going to see your own lawyer, who's going to look after your interests while you look after the interests of your parish. Okay, but there's a lot of help out there. If you are a financial professional and you have any time or inclination, ask your pastor whether you could be on, whether he needs help on each parish has to have a financial council. That's according to Vatican. That's canon law. That's canon law. See if you can help. Even if it's just counting the money, even if it's just reconciling the bank account, see if you can kind of put your shoulder to the wheel. Number two. So the pastors, get help if you need it. Don't be afraid to ask your parishioners to help. And don't be afraid to ask your bishop, hey, I need some additional training. Can I call up somebody from that program at Catholic U or Villanova or wherever and have them come in to teach a course? Maybe it's going to be a course offered in continuing ed or something like that. Okay. Don't be afraid of audits. If you're a pastor and auditors show up, welcome them. They are here to help. They really are. If I was a bishop, number one, I would ban your priests from going to casinos. Ban them from gambling.
Yeah.
Ban them from gambling. For their own good. And if you are a priest who gambles and you figure you can't live without it, that's a sign you need some help.
All right. On that note, I think the biggest growing addiction in the world right now is not pornography. That's probably already here. It's the sports gambling with the college kids on the phone. Mm-hmm. What are those websites, Kevin? DraftKings. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, they are programmed to get kids addicted. My point: these young men who have been in college the last 5 years, they're all betting $5 on every football game. I mean, I'm not saying they are. I'm saying, but
right.
Statistically, these young men are doing this left and right, and it's just a click of the button. So they're forming the little habit of gambling in college and seminary. They're putting $2, $5, $10 on this basketball game or whatever, and it's all fun and innocent. And that is setting the path to become a serious gambler when you're a pastor with parish funds. So I think we're actually this research shows a lot of problem, but the culture of gambling is at an all-time high with young men because of the sports gambling.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. If you can, try to group your priests so they live have some sort of common life. If nothing else, if you come home and you have a bad day, there's somebody to complain to, the pastor, or you have common meals, common prayer. If you got a problem, they can look out for one another.
Yeah.
And if never be afraid to ask for help. Because there's a lot of help out there.
Yeah.
And you just have to ask.
Hey, thanks guys for checking out the Conor Gallagher Show. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, or comment, or whatever you got to do to support it. And I appreciate that very much.